Banana agrees, and I think Roffle is going to hard mulligan, I believe at least. Yeah, Chow and Power Word's great. Unfortunately, it doesn't have, like, the Zombie Chow doesn't have 3 attacks, so it actually doesn't interact with Tunnel Trog too well. But it does clear Pirates quite easily, is one of the pros of the card. That is not the starting hand you want when you're Roffle. You really want to pick up at least one of your 1 or 2 drop minions, excluding Flame Tongue, for turn 1 or 2 when you're playing Aggro Shaman. Really, you want to be drawing into your burn spells later on in the game, so cards like Lava Burst is just something you want like around turn 5 to 8, just so you can finish a game off with them. Jade Lightning's good, like it's a really, really good card, so that's fine. But he's kind of in an awkward spot already, right, where he doesn't have anything to do. I like that he waited a little bit too. I mean, you don't play anything on turn 1, so it's pretty obvious you don't have a 1-drop, but, you know, it could signify him thinking like playing patches or something like that, or holding it back. Kind of like next level thinking. Just being patient, taking your time. For Banana, this is a really good hand now because he has so much to do. The easy thing about committing the Cleric or not committing the Cleric, so the logic behind playing the Cleric is you actually get to hero power next turn if you want to trade into something. I personally think he's going to play 2 1-drops every time. So 1 Chow is going to come down. It's just a matter of do you play Cleric and the Chows or not. Okay, Banana disagrees. I kind of like this too because like we have different lines of playing, which means like we think different ways, which is actually pretty cool. Because, you know, again, you can think different ways and still come to the same conclusion, i.e. victory, right? So it's kind of cool. We'll see how this panel works for him. And this, especially with Combo Priest, right? Like, I feel like it's a deck that is very tough to pilot and is played differently by a lot of people. Differently, again, does not necessarily mean incorrectly either. So getting somebody else's perspective on seeing how another good player plays it is kind of cool, because I've only really watched Sippy play it beforehand. That's about it. And that was like back during the open and not for very long either. It's kind of like one of those decks that I just like figured it on my own. Play my own way. For Roffle, it's kind of a weird turn, because if you play Claws, what happens is Bananaramic actually gets a hero power on turn 2, which is not what you want to do. If you Totem and he gets Healing Totem, or Searing, then guess what? He also gets a card draw as well. That's rough, because now what Banana can do is actually just trade the Cleric into the Healing Totem and just play minions and hope that the Cleric sticks. I mean, if he uses Power Word, it should in most cases. I mean, we have Caster Vision, so we can see the Lava Burst, but it's not like Roffle wants to play that anyways on turn 3. What happens here is the Power Word shield comes down on the Cleric, you trade the Cleric into the Healing Totem, and then when Roffle passes his turn, the Healing Totem will heal itself, and Banana will actually draw a card off an Northshire Cleric. Which is kind of good. I've had times with Cleric on board where Shaman's whole board is damaged, and they just hit the Totem button when it's like a 50-50 to be a Healing Totem. And they get healing, and I just draw 6 cards. It's great. I love it. With a Wild Pyro. I personally like Power Word a lot here just because it puts Cleric out of range of a lot of stuff. It makes it really tough to deal with. Yeah, I think my play here would be like Power Word Shield into Zombie Chow. See if Banana agrees or disagrees. I feel like the problem with this deck though is there's always a lot of decisions to make, and it's not very straightforward, right? Because you really need to be thinking ahead a lot with this list to have success. Picks up the Pain, that's actually really good in this matchup as well, because that's a very clean way to deal with something like Totem Golem or Flame Tongue Totem. This matchup specifically is actually quite interesting for the deck, because really what it comes down to is whoever can edge ahead on board faster. Which isn't usually how you play this list. Usually you just play like a removal game a lot of the time when you play Combo Priest. But in this specific matchup, it's not really too consistent to do that. Because Alchemy Circle doesn't clear like 4 mana 7/7 for example. Flaming Faceless, it doesn't die to that. So unless you have Light of the Nara with that as well, it's not very good. And then your Alchemy is 1 health, and they'll usually have like a Lightning Bolt, Maelstrom Portal, Weapon, etc, etc. Like they have a lot of reach basically, so they'll be able to clear it quite simply. And then the 7/7 just hits you in the face again and you lose. That happens a lot. Roffle, you're taking his time again. It's not an easy turn, right? Like his hand has been rough this game. Looks like he's just going to go for the burst. So only having 2 mana crystals next turn is quite bad for him. Because he doesn't even buy anything with Jade Claws here. Zombie Chow's a 2/3. Banana, what's good? I mean, honestly, Acolyte of Pain is not bad. I personally would just like sign the Acolyte, trade the Healing Totem, and pass. Reasoning for that, like, I know it seems kind of weird, right? You could, like, coin Akanai, I mean, I don't think it even seems weird. I think it's just good. Logic is you have Wild Pyromancer in hand and the coin. And Shadow Word Pain as well. So you're probably going to get at least 2, maybe even 3 draws off of Acolyte, which is really, really good for you. Because, I mean, when you play Combo Priest, you're playing Combo Deck, dude. You know what you want in Combo Decks? Cards. Yeah, so that's pretty good. One of the cards Roffle's going to be looking forward to playing is simply Hammer Twilight. And then hopefully he'll draw into his 1-up Devolve relatively soon as well. Looks like Banana's going to coin the Chow and look to play Akanai and push some damage with that next turn then. So I believe the game plan now for Bananaramic is he's thinking Roffle might want to play like a Totem Golem here. Maybe that was like one of the last 3 cards that he drew. You know, for turn 3, turn 4, sorry. So one of the last 2 cards that he drew. And then what he can do is just go Akanai Soul Priest and trade both the Chows in and 10 damage in. Or even just go like Wild Pyro Pain into that. I don't mind it though, the extra 2-3 on board's nice. I feel like if you didn't have Akanai in hand, that would be a weird play, but since you have Akanai, it makes sense. The Zombie Chow does have Death Rattle do Mind Blast damage when you have Akanai Soul Priest on board, which is great. Oh, this is not good for Roffle at all. Yeah, that was not good at all for him. At all. His hand is just not working with him at all this game. Like, at all. So Banana can either just like play the Soul Priest, or he can go Wild Pyro and probably Power Word Shield. Wait, would you Power Word Shield Wild Pyro, or would you Power Word Shield Acolyte? Feel like you would want to do it on Pyro. I think the play here is just play Akanai, but like he's thinking about the Wild Pyro. That's my take on like trying to read into what he's doing right now. I like the Akanai though. It's a 5 health minion that's awkward to remove. Shaman has a lot of ways to deal 4 damage. Not necessarily 5 though. Could see here Hammer of Twilight, not going to come in too handy. Jade Lightning plus Maelstrom Portal would have been good last turn, or sorry, next turn, because then you could clear Akanai with it, but you're 1 mana crystal off that right now. Feral Spirits plus Flame Tongue it's a play. It's not a very good one, but it's a play. Feral Spirits really, like, that, the card is not that great for, like, developing a board with, but it's good for, like, solidifying a board. When you're in a state where you're winning, or, like, you're very even on cards with your opponent in a board-centric matchup, what Feral Spirits does is it kind of just solidifies a lead that you have. Because it's undercosted, and 2/3 of Taunt protect minions, because they're kind of awkward to deal with. But in a case like this, it's really not that great. So Roffle, has he even played a card yet? He played Lavaverse, right? That's it. So it looks like he's going to go for Feral Spirits, Flame Tongue. I mean, you got to do something, right? Like, I don't mind it at all. Feral Spirits, J-Claws, my bad. Odds for J-Claws, just to clear the Acolyte off, just so he knows that the Banana's not going to get any more draws off with that. See the Loatheb Tech card picked up here. So, Banana can do a load of things here. Wild Pyro, Potion of Madness, and just Full Clear comes to mind initially. Damaging his board's a little bit weird though. He might want to like Power Word a Zombie Chow, or probably Akanai actually first, if he's going to go for that. Skip the Cyclone. He could also just utilize Shadow Word Pain. He could Shadow Word Pain, Potion, trade, and deal damage from the Chows on it. He also has a Hero Power that you can utilize too, that deals 2 damage, which is quite good. So I like that he's starting with this, because I think most of the plays you make this turn do start with Power Word Shield and Akanai.
Thanks for hosting. Sorry for DCS during match, but best of luck to all going forward.
Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate it a lot, dude. Thanks so much. And don't sweat it, man. Yeah, thanks for playing X Crouton. Appreciate it, bro. Go for the potion and trades real quick. Clears with the Hero Power. Probably gonna bump the Chow into the 1/1. Just play her on Flame Tongue. Or, sorry, bump the Akanai. Okay, so he values that being at 3 health versus 2. That makes sense with J-Claws on board. Although, if you're a Roffle, you really don't want to clear the Chow. Three mana, man. What do you do? 3 mana. We get Bloodsail plus Flame Tongue at least, which is pretty good, actually. You can do that. The problem is, if you're clearing stuff like the zombie chows, you're taking 5 damage. Oh, there's actually no clearing to Akanai. 3 damage. What's the best thing you can do? This has to be one of the most awkward games that I've seen an aggro shaman have to endure ever. Like, seriously, every turn for Roffle has made absolutely 0 sense. Like, he's had nothing good to do at all.
Little time.
Like, seriously, he had to pass on 1, like... All the hero powers have been terrible for him. He's just been put in a really weird spot. Banana's just, like, in the driver's seat here. So, he trades... Yeah, trade the 1-3, that's good. Clear the cut. Yeah, and then he... Okay. So he just... Oh, it's so rough, dude. A 1-drop just dealt 7 damage. Oh... That is so spicy for Banana. That's just gross. So much damage. So now Banana can choose just like play Lotheb, trade, clear the board, play Lyra even, you can just tempo that. Could trade, you go face for 7 and yeah, he's like 4 off. 4 off because you can pain the zombie chow and deal 7 damage. And hero power is 2, so that's 9, and then 3 with the Akanai. So he's really close. Just a matter of how does he want to seal this game. So you can clear Flame Tongue, make Zombie Chow a 2-2, just clear the board, deal no damage to Roffle's face this turn, and play Lotheb. That would make it really awkward because Roffle can't play even Feral Spirits then. So most of his defensive options are gone. This gives Banana 8 power on board next turn, or sorry, 10 power on board next turn. With the pain and the hero power that's lethal then. So I feel like Lotheb's a good line here. Divine Spirit's not terrible, just so Akanai sticks. Goes for the Wild Pyro as well, and goes face, ignores the Flame Tongue. Okay. It's good too. Gives him 8 power on board, 10 with the hero power, and again the pain is lethal as well. It's just a matter of how you want to do it, I guess. I guess a pro of this line is you gotta play a 5-drop and I mean you could still do it the other way around, right? You could still 5-drop and play pain next turn anyways.
I wonder.
Stuff like this is really good just for me, like I mean, just to like see how other players play the deck in certain scenarios. Because the thing is, like, this play too is gonna lead to a victory. In most cases, because I mean, Roffle just does not have game, unfortunately. Spell power, okay. Portal into what? Finley. Armor up. I actually feel so bad for him though. This is honestly, like, I'm not even joking when I say this, one of the most awkward panos for an aggro shaman ever. So it's just lethal on board with the Chow. Let's trade it in. Pure power. Woohoo! Understanding of game mechanics. That was a cool game for a combo priest though. Like that kind of utilized why the Akanai package is good. Obviously you didn't get a circle off to clear the board at all, but it kind of showed that Zombie Chow is a really good card in certain matchups. It's kind of funny because Aggro Shaman isn't really the matchup where you use him as Mind Blast, but it worked out that way in the end, where Roffle just got Mind Blasted by Zombie Chows. Which is kind of funny. Remember way back in the day, that used to be like a meme combo when Zombie Chow came out. And now it's actually good. Like it would be like a wombo combo. You'd play like Baron Rivendare, Akanai Soul Priest, 2 Zombie Chows in a circle, and you deal 20 damage in 1 turn. With like however many cards, it's for 5 cards? 5 cards, 7 mana, 20 damage. Yeah. But now you can just like play them both in a good deck, and sometimes they'll have synergy with each other. It's one of the reasons why the cards are so good together. Because they work so well in the deck, and then they just perfect each other. Or complement each other really well. Now we have Banana's Ship's Cannon Vis Rogue against Roffle's Aggro Shaman again. Already looks like Roffle's hand's a fair amount better. He has a 1-drop. Banana's looking alright too. Firefly is decent. Even Vilespine, like, I think if you're on the coin, you can even think about keeping Vilespine in this matchup. If you're the rogue, just because of 7/7 and how easily that card removes it. It's actually really, really good. Like, that kind of a swing can just get you there. But whenever I'm playing Aggro Shaman, I'm usually really happy to queue into Rogue, though, just because you can hit Rogue in the face and win. Flame Tongue ends up doing a lot. Bloodsail Corsair is great. Like I'm happy that Roffle actually got a playable 1-drop on turn 1 this game. I really hope the rest of his hand pans out too, because that game was honestly torture to watch as somebody who's played a lot of aggro shaman myself. Like, it was just gross. Oh, so this is the nuts for Roffle. Like, absolute nuts. The best card for this deck is go Bloodsail Corsair into Flame Tongue into Coin 7/7. Unfortunately, as we can see, Banana has some very solid answers to that kind of a line, so it's not actually going to work out that well. Finley's fine instead. Yeah, that's great. You can actually completely switch it up at this point. Just a 1-mana 1/3 lets you just change the whole hand up. Place through Finley, get a new hero power. You can go Flame Tongue plus Bloodsail Corsair next turn, actually, and you'll be fine. Then you can just go Feral Spirit's hero power into 7/7 then. Play 7/7 late, but it's fine. And the Aggremir's rushing 7/7 is really like not insane. It's nice because it can trade a lot, but your opponent can usually just spread a bunch. That's one of the issues with it. The Coin 7/7 play is great against any slow deck, though. It's really good. I believe he picked Druid over Punter, which is not bad because he's trying to play for board. I think. I was kind of on a tangent there and not really paying attention. I feel like we might just see Curved Ship's Cannon and hit to the face with the Firefly. I really feel like Banana's going to go all in and wait for the backstab SI player. Which is definitely acceptable. I think that's good. I think we're definitely seeing Flame Tongue here, 100% of the time, to get the trade into Ship's Cannon. It's very, very big. Good to see the Coin Bloodsail Corsair, so then Patches will trade into Ship's Cannon. And Finley will take a little bit less damage. Good utilization of a great combo here from Roffle. He's now in control of the board. Haha. And even in a case like this, you can just see how much worse backstab SI got. It's still really good because you develop a 3/3 and clear Flame Tongue, which is great. Or actually, alternatively, what you can do is just like backstab Bloodsail, and then SI7 Agent to start Finley, and then you will have SI7 Agent to trade into the Flame Tongue. You could honestly even go for Van Cleaver, and it wouldn't be bad because you still get a. Yeah, actually, that might be better. Because you still get to go Flame Elemental plus SI7 Agent. It's still activated next turn. It's just you get a 4/4 on board this way. He trades both Attraction Agents into it. It's debatable. Feral Spirits, like, they're not good here. They're okay, though. With Maelstrom Portal, it's a lot more enticing than just go for it. Because you know the SI7 Agent is going to be trading into the 2/3 Feral Spirit, the one not buffed from Flame Tongue. So it makes your hand look a little bit better for sure. I don't believe Banana's played a Pirate. Yeah, Banana has not played a Pirate yet. So Banana does get 2/2 patches out of that. I feel like it's just Shredder though.
Control the board is boosted.
I feel like it's just Shredder. Just so you guys know, I'm not gonna like respond or anything to any subs or donations right now. Just for heads up. So thanks for everything. Appreciate it. But I'm just gonna keep on casting, just for heads up. Because I'm not looking at any alerts or anything. Okay, the 4/4 Van Cleef's not bad. He's just trying to spread a little bit more, and I dig that. Ruffle's Maelstrom is okay. It's not great. Unfortunately, with the way the Feral Spirit is positioned, he has no control over it, right? But unfortunately, the way that it's positioned, even if he gets something like a Stone Tusk Spore or Patches off of Maelstrom Portal, it won't actually go ahead and clear Van Cleef. Because the minion will spawn to the right of Feral Spirit. What's Spirit Wolf? Yeah, Spirit Wolf. To the right of the Spirit Wolf. Timberwolf, not bad. Okay. So, I mean, at least this game for Roffle, Flame Tongue is putting in work. We see the patches through. Oh, that's rough. It's okay here. It's not terrible. So what's the play for Banana? You can... I mean, if you're playing Shredder and you're not playing Patches, you can play Sosi, Captain, and Patches and clear Flame Tongue, which is good. That's a good play. Like, clearing Flame Tongue is actually pretty big. Or you can play Shredder and clear the Timberwolf and hold Patches as 1, a combo activator, and 2, a 2/2 for next turn with Captain. I don't believe that Roffle has any other charge means, so I don't think that Flame Tongue's going to be super punishing. It's just something like second Feral Spirits that can be problematic. I think that I agree with the Shredder line. I like it a little bit more myself. Because really, Flame Tongue's not super scary anymore. This turn is when the game gets interesting. I feel like I agree. I think you do have to 7-7. It's just kind of rough because what you could do in the other cases, you could play Azure Drake and then you can play 7-7 and Totem Golem. But I think you really just need the lead on board here with the 7-7. Didn't touches. I like it. Clear the Flame Song, go face for 4. One of the issues with Flame of Faceless is it's a really great card on its own, don't get me wrong, but it's a heavy mana investment. And another issue that arises with the card is it's also tough to trade into in Aggro Mirrors because your opponents can just basically just spread after you play it, and you don't really have any good lines into that. Like Roffle's turn here is really weird. He can like, I mean, actually it's not super weird. He can just like trade into Sussy Captain, Hero Power, and play Totem Golem. That's not bad at all. Yeah, he has 6 mana next turn. He can double Lava Burst. He can actually edge ahead on board really hard. I think that I definitely like to control the board line here. Not like, you know. Shut up. I control the board line. Goes for the hero power. Okay, I'm gonna deal some damage to Patches. And again, he's got 6 mana next turn. Totem Golem only overloads for 1. This is gross here. That's so good. Absolutely insane. So trade the Shredder first, see what pops out. Or no trade with the Shredder. Okay. No trade. Okay. I mean, I don't mind it. I think Banana's in the driver's seat from this point forward. Seems like it at least. Gonna bump with the dagger. Okay. I like it. So basically what that does is it gives you another swing for the next turn, which is good. Lightning Bolt's great. So I think we start the turn by Lightning Bolting the Shredder just to see what pops out. Actually, there's punishes, right? There's minions that cost 2 mana. Mana Wraith that could punish you and not allow you to play Azure Drake, which would be quite bad. I feel like the hope here, though, is that you Lightning Bolt the Shredder and a 1/3 pops out. Or something similarly sided to that. Something that allows you to trade the Totem Golem in and have it stay alive, or opt to trade the South Sea Captain instead. Okay, just gonna Lightning Bolt the Captain and go face for 3. So Azure Drake's definitely helping Roffle a ton there, like keeping ahead in cards, keeping himself like fueled up, like giving him resources is great here. I mean, Tunnel Throng's not much, but it gets you 1 card deeper in the deck and will accomplish something like, say, picks up Feral Spirits, it's 1 mana 3/3. Ooh, Garrison Commander. Double Dagger. Double Dagger. And Banana's in a rough spot now, so let's just go through up the deck list real quick for myself here and let you guys know what's good. As far as the top end goes, what kind of cards Banana can draw into that'll really help him here. He's got Bone Mirrors. He's not going to have targets for it, though. He also has 2 Azure Drakes. That's going to be the best draw for him, I think. It's like an Azure Drake into Eviscerate. Jade Lightning is rough here, man. This is rough. And the thing is, too, Roffle has 2 Lava Birds to play for board really heavily the second that Banana tries to do anything here. He draws an Azure Drake. You know, you can rip Azure Drake, and then say like an SI7 agent. All that Roffle would have to do is just double Lava Burst. Keep it going. Seems weird to do that, but it's actually really good because if you keep Totem Golem on the board, it's 3 damage every turn versus 5 damage in 1 turn. So Totem Golem sticking around is actually great. Hammer of Twilight is gross as well, high value weapon. That actually accomplishes a lot. No, we're there next turn, right? Roffle, no, Roffle's there next turn. So it's 9 damage this turn, and he just has exact lethal in hand. Okay, so this is going to be a 1/1 set? Yes, a 1/1 set. I'm kind of happy about this just because we got to see Banana's rogue deck a little bit more, hopefully. Lava Burst coming in hot. Shredder is a great draw, though, for Banana. Like, if the game was not over, that's one of the cards you'd want to see. Honestly, the Creeper setup's pretty good, too, just because Creeper is great because what it does is it basically guarantees Boner Man 6. So you can play Bone Mare, not Boner Man, Bone Mare. And you'll likely have a target for it, which is awesome. Because the card's so sticky and hard to deal with at this point in the game because you don't have the small tokens to trade into it. Good stuff though, 1/1. So we got ourselves a series going on here, guys. Let's get it. Hopping into game 3. I should probably do something on screen. I think I forgot about that. So it's a 1-1 set right now. Yeah. Let's keep it going. Best of 5 Conquest. Banana loading up the Paladin. Roffle loading up the Druid. So we got Egg Druid. Egg Druid against Paladin. Anything can happen, Paladin. So the Anything Can Happen Paladin was actually a deck that was somewhat popular before this expansion came out, so Knights of the Frozen Throne. So in Angora meta, it was like a little bit popular. It was actually one of the decks that I was thinking about bringing to the Wild Open, but after testing it, just lost way too hard to aggro, so I didn't want to. But it looks like Banana's found a way with Corpse Taker to have a decent win rate against aggro, while still having the Anything Can Happen top end to dumpster slow Reno decks. Goes for the hard mode. He's probably looking for his one-up Doomsayer here. Wicker Flame's not a great draw, actually, because it means Corpse Taker does not get lifesteal. So that's actually quite bad for Banana. Roffle picking a Mark of the Lotus is pretty good. For Egg or Druid decks in general, usually what you're looking for on the play is a 1-drop and then like a 2-mana single target buff. That's like the nuts. Because you trade very favorably. Or just minion curve, right? Like that's fine too. It's much better to have Mark of the Lotus on the coin. Because you usually have, you know, enough to go like 1-drop, coin 1-drop, then turn 2, 1-drop plus Mark of the Lotus, and just win that way. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, just even like a single target buff on Firefly is really, really good against a lot of decks. Coining the Acolyte or Wicker Flame? Acolyte, okay. I think that's fine because you're not low enough. Like Wicker Flame does not do much, and you draw a lot into 1-2s, which is awesome. I feel like Roffle can't really just go for the double buff here. I think he has to go Crypt Lord and just slow roll it. Go Crypt Lord, just say, hey dude, you're getting 2 draws off your Acolyte. That's fine, but I'm going to spread really hard and buff 4 minions twice next turn. Yeah, you get plus 8/8 worth of stats on 2 minions with, he's going to play Crypt Lord this turn, I think, and then go for the Flame Elemental, Power of the Wild, and Mark of the Lotus on turn 4. Push a lot of damage, go Savage War in 5, and basically just say, hey Banana, have a quality with Wild Pyro, or you lose. I think that one thing about that play that Roffle may be more comfortable about making is the fact that Banana only has 1 Wild Pyro in his list. Which means, you know, it's a little bit less likely he's going to have the combo on turn 4. There's a quality contact that's 6 mana, right? Wild Pyro quality is the one you're scared of when you're playing Aggro Druid. He does go for it. Again, not a really easy play to make because you do give your opponent value from Acolyte of Pain, which you really want to deny. A Galactic Crawler. Unfortunately, no Pirate drawn yet for Roffle, so that's not going to come in handy quite yet. Concept's pretty good. It's not a bad card. Another interesting decision Roffle has to make here is, does he want to pop the Creeper to get 2 tokens buffed? Or does he want to keep the Creeper alive, just so he has a little bit of stickiness after AoE? And that's not really an easy decision to make either. I feel like this game, like, it always seems super straightforward when you play Aggro Druid, but it's really not a lot of the time. And this is one of the reasons why it's really nice to actually understand what cards your opponent's running. And to be able to see the full deck list. So you obviously go for the Hero Power, keep his minions healthy. I assume he's going to pop the Crypt Lord into the 2-2. He does. Or, oh, wait. He hasn't decided yet. Just play on Consec is basically it. Goes for the Creeper. Yeah, that's fine, dude. Creeper dies. I mean, he does not care, right? He's another buff for next turn. It's actually better with Savage War. Goes for the trade there with the Crypt Lord to play on a quality. I like it. I mean, the 2 damage right now is just negligible. It does not really matter at all. Picks up the Azure Drake. That's one of the cards that's really good against slow decks, but not too great against fast ones. I think we're just going to have to see a Crypt Lord here from... a Corpse Taker here from Banana. Very straightforward and on curve. Fortunately for Banana, the fact that he drew Wicker Flame is not going to punish him too much as he does not need the lifesteal at the moment. He will soon, but right now it's not relevant. So Roffle could go Crypt Lord, trade in Haunted Creeper, play Power of the Wild, trade his Crypt Lord into the 3-3, buff both the Crypt Lords by a bunch. If you gain 4 on the one on board and 3 health on the second one. So there's an AoE buff and 2 tokens from the Creeper. Which is great. Like, the way I'm visualizing this is he trades Haunted Creeper in. Like, he plays Crypt Lord first. He trades Haunted Creeper in. Roffle then plays Power of the Wild to AoE buff. Okay, different lines, different lines. Goes for the AoE buff, that's good, that's good. Maybe this is like better, keeping the creeper unbopped and trading like that. It could be. Because realistically, like, what's like a 2-9 Crypt Lord doing? I mean, like, the function of the card basically would just be to activate Jeeves. Or sorry, it would be to be like a Savage War target. That would be the function of the card. Savage War, do you set it up? He just wins, right? 12, yeah, he wins. GG. Okay, Roffle takes a 2-1 lead now after dropping 0-1 in the first game. Wins the next two. Let's get it. Okay, so that one was not bad. He pushed a lot of damage that way. I'd actually be curious if the way that I played would have won this turn too. Really good though. Overkills him by 4. And he gets there. Unfortunately, he did not get to play any of the eggs, but, you know, quick victory with the Egg Druid. One of the cool things about this tournament is the variety of Egg Druid decks, and just like the variety of decks in general. It kind of just shows that there's a lot of different archetypes that are viable in Wild, and a lot of different builds that are, you know, relevant and available to play at high level. These are some of the best players in North America, so the fact that these guys all can bring different variants of decks and have success with them is awesome. Just shows that the meta is quite healthy. Except for the fact that only one person brought Warrior, and we didn't get to see it. And there's no Hunter. I mean, Hunter wouldn't be bad, it's just not that great. Because you basically, if you bring a Hunter to a tournament, you almost have to play like Giants Hunter. And polarized matchups aren't really that great, in my opinion, in a tournament setting. Sometimes they are, just like depends. Loading up game 4 though, so we only need, or sorry, Roffle only needs one more win to advance to semifinal, and Banana, long road back from 1-2, but it's doable. Let's go Roffle Zoolock list into Banana's Rogue list.
None can escape my fury.
Okay, we got Flame, Imp, and we have Bloodsteel Corsair from Roffle, so that's great. Banana's head is not looking that good though. Cold Blood's one of those cards you want to draw a little bit later on, when you've kind of got an edge on board, and that's like one of those cards that solidifies a victory for you. It's actually kind of funny. So for the Zoolog Roffle, what you can do actually is if you have Void Color in hand, you can actually keep Mal'Ganis with it. Because on turn 4, if it gets popped, I mean, get Mal'Ganis. Turn 5 Mal'Ganis is pretty good. Fortunately, he doesn't have that right now, so it's not going to be something that he's going to look forward to actively keep. But, you know, I expect him to keep the 2-1 drops 100% of the time. They're both great. Bloodsail is great for a tempo lead, and Banana picks up Patches. That is not what you want to see here. I assume he'll hold it. Patches and Rogue is a very good combo activator. Even, like, think about it on turn 8. Turn 8, it's just a 5-5 with charge with Bummer. Give it taunt. It's one of the better classes to draw it in. It's not like Pirate Warrior where you just, like, lose a game when you draw it. It actually can do things like activate Vile Spine.
I wonder.
Looks like Banana's considering just to play it to stay ahead on board, though. Not bad, not bad. With the dagger, it does trade into most of the 1-drop Zoo has. Actually, see if that's accurate. It trades in the 1 in hand, at least. Void Color Pickup is very good as well. We're gonna see the Koi Flame. Is he gonna do it? He does not do it. I think he's gonna go for 2 1-drops next turn, and then go for the Coin Void Color play. Is likely his game plan to this hand. Keleseth is kind of good too. You can go Keleseth, Coin, Bloodsail, Corsair. So again, this happened earlier today, where, you know, one player draws their good one of Legendary, and the other player draws their bad one of Legendary. Fortunately, kind of a common theme in Hearthstone right now. Keleseth and Patches. Definitely unfortunate for Banana, though. Backstab's a great scoop, though. Very, very good. That's super fortunate, actually. Do you just dagger backstab here? I mean, you could just like, you could backstab Flame Imp, dagger, clear Keleseth, and then look to set up for next turn. I mean, this way's fine too. You clear the 2-1. Yeah, it's probably better than my play. And unfortunately, Roffle picks up the Fireflies to fill out the curve with. I'm glad that he's getting a little bit of luck after that first game with the Shaman list, so, like, I mean, you know, it's pretty nice when you're playing Zoo and you have solid curve plays, and especially when you draw one that's overstated from Keleseth. It's pretty sweet. Patch's double bone mare, top 8 or 9 is not what Banana's looking like. 7, sorry. Top 7 is not what Banana's looking like to win here. It's not what you want at all. So he's thinking about holding the cannon. I don't think he... I mean, he plays a fair amount of pirates, but it's probably just not worthwhile to do. Like the trade into the 2-3 as well. Think about the 1-2 just because it's a little bit awkward for the captain then. Because he can't just trade the 1-1 into it. Is that just next level? If he goes for the 1-2? He trades into the Flame Elemental with the South Sea Captain. He's a 3-2 captain. I mean, it's a net gain of removing another minion with 1 more health, which is good. Got the Void Caller into Dreadlord, though. Banana fans hate to see that. You clear the Void Caller, guaranteed a strong 5-drop, and then you also have a strong 5-drop on curve next turn as well. I mean, it could be worse if they were both Doom Guards and Void Caller got popped. That would be worse. Actually, it's kind of arguable. I mean, like, 2 AoE damage on your opponent's board every turn is insane. Thinking about the trade's really hard, so we'll see if Banana's next level trade ends up working out. I feel like it will. Nope, he's gonna value trade and go face for 3 damage, I assume. Nope, gonna keep the 2-1 alive there. That's good. This is not what you want if you're Banana right now. Like, that's the turn where you want your Azure Drake to come down. Like, you just want to be able to play Drake, draw towards something better. Firefly is not the worst card in the world, though, because it is an activator for Vilespine. It will let you have a Bone Mare target on turn 8. So, like, there's pros and cons, right? Like, you prefer to draw later on when it's actually relevant, as preferred to now when it's, to be honest, complete trash, right? Like, it's just not the draw you want. Even, like, Swashbuckler would be good there, just so you could, like, get a random card and play it. See the 5-6 Dreadlord come down. A Pit Fighter with a crazy effect, that's insane. You know, I still can't believe how wrong I was about, oh, that's exactly Vilespine, perfect. I still can't believe how wrong I was about, Prince Kelsep. I honestly thought the card was trash. And it's just, it feels bad, dude. It feels bad. To be so wrong about something like that, like, huh. Banana opts to not attack. He was thinking about bumping into the Void Caller, just so when the Roffle trades, it would get popped. Ooh, that's a juicy Soulfire pickup. Very, very good there. And he gets to draw with the Imp. That's insane. Means that there's no Bone Mare target on turn 7 for Banana. Those 0 mana cards on the deck other than Backstab, so that's not going to happen. Vilespine's good. I feel like Banana just has to play a 5 mana 5/5 here. Or sorry, 7 mana 5/5. You could actually argue that a decent line of play for him would just be a Flame Elemental and Vilespine, the Void Caller, and hope that nothing comes out. I feel like that's also an acceptable line of play. Then it's optimistic, but like it could be correct. Because he's quite far behind, right? I actually like it. I mean, obviously it does not work out at all because he has Void Caller. That's a 4/5 and just like dumpsters his board. But like, if you're Banana and you actually need to win this game, like this is how you do it, dude. Like, I actually like that line a lot. This is one of those things that like a lot of players would just play the Bone Mare there and like not do this, I think. But this is good. It's gonna bump over 2 turns. It's rough, man. I think he's like just saying right now he needs Deckhand right off the top. That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that's what Banana's saying right now. Like he just needs it. Taps for the demon and it whiffs. Goes for Captain. Goes for Bloodsail. Clears the weapon off. 1 mana Spider Tank. Banana goes on to 12, clears the Void Caller again, helps her no minion out of it. It seems like this game's over, but I actually feel like there is a little bit of hope here. I lied. The game is over. Even without the draw. So that's going to be Roffle in the semis against Hazer on this side of the bracket. And then we're going to have Slizzle 466 versus Aw Dragon on the other side of the bracket. And that'll be the end of Game 1 of Controls Wild Invitational. Just want to say thanks a ton for you guys tuning in. Again, plug these guys real quick here. Again, that one was like, it was pretty nuts, man. Roffle with the first game going down 0-1 and then just like coming back and just 3-0. Or not, like 3-0 after you lost the first game, right? Like 3 in a row. That's what I mean. Pretty nutty set. Again, last one a little bit unfortunate for Banana, right? Like the patches draw and then, you know, it's like, hey, Roffle found Keloseth. But well played by both players. Definitely engaging to watch still. Especially the last game, right? Like, I mean, it seemed like it was over, but even though Banana had such a bad hand, right? Like, he's still playing to win. And I think he actually made some really good decisions there that, you know, just showcase his talent and skill. Let's go to the PowerPoint. Again, Bananaramic. You can check him out at Bananaramic_Hearthstone on Twitter. Tag is up there. Again, great player. Top 16 in the Wild Open Championship. And likes bananas. So, I mean, asking for his address to send him some bananas, guys. Come on. Just look at the picture. Like, he loves them. Yeah, he loves them. And Roffle, I believe, is the next one. Nope. Right over here. Again, hit Roffle up at RoffleHS and drop him a follow on Twitch, guys. Go check him out on Twitter, all that kind of jazz. Cool dude, creates a lot of wild content, and yeah, check him out on HS Top Decks as well. Yeah, that's basically gonna be about it, guys. It was pretty quick. I mean, like 4-hour day. Got all the sets done with the preview, so it was like 3.5 hours of gameplay. I think that was pretty good.